welcome to Couple of Instigators. Oh man, I feel like I have the queen instigator today. Yes, Kristen Becker. Holy shit. Okay, comedian, local.
Can I say something real quick? I didn't realize that like instigator was my jam, but like I hired somebody to write a bio, and the first line was like instigator, and I was like,
that's right. That is like, I am like the queen of instigating, and I'll tell you, I'm sneaky on social media about it. Like I am like the bait and let them fight. And then I screw out of there and just sit back and watch everything implode. And that's basically what the podcast started as. I had a radio show on one of the little local radio stations. Mm-hmm. And it started out, we do like stupid news and a lot of like social media instigating with pages like Fox News, you know what I mean? Like just like go in and drop a bomb and then just, watch it implode. So I've been an instigator my whole life, but man, you're right up there with me. I know it.
Thank you.
All right. So are you from Buffalo originally?
Yeah, I was born in Buffalo, and in like, mid 80s when the economy was shit and they were shutting down, doing layoffs at GM. My dad worked for GM, so they opened an S10 plant in Louisiana, and we went there.
Okay, so
but then I would come back for like Christmases and like summer times. My great aunt and uncle lived on Normal Avenue, West Side. I would spend all summer there.
Okay,
my friends would come visit me down south from like I would fly. My mom owned a travel agency, so like I flew up for Halloween one year.
Yeah.
Like surprised my Pop and Aunt Mary. I dressed up and then was like, haha, it's me. And, so I was back and forth a ton. All my family was up here.
Yeah. So are you still in P-Town?
I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So all right. I started comedy. Well, it's been 3 years. The pandemic obviously took a year of comedy off of my shelf. So for me too, I don't have a lot, you know what I mean? But when I started, I, was hitting up some of the, a lot of the Rochester local mics, and I would get off stage and someone would say, have you ever seen Kristen Becker? And I'm like, holy shit, like your name just kept coming up. And I'm like, obviously it's like our big dyke persona. I don't know.
Right. Was that annoying? Was that annoying? I'm sorry.
Not at all, because I was like, who the fuck is Kristen Becker? Now I need to like see her shit, because everybody was like, she is amazing. And I felt like there's not a lot of lesbian comics out there, like, in our area, as far as like Buffalo, Rochester, Syracuse, you know what I mean? At the mics, I felt alone, and because I'm not 22 either, you know what I mean?
Right.
So definitely it's our age, I'm sure I'm way older than you, but
I don't know. Are you? How old are you?
I'm 58.
You're a little bit older than me.
A little bit.
I'm 44.
Okay. But I think it was just the age, you know what I mean? And I am kind of like, I'm not the most politically correct, but I mean, I'm not like rude, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to go up there and, do some shitty ass joke, whatever. But I think that's where people made the connection, because I feel like, whatever. So I saw you open for Stanhope. I was like, holy shit, I'm seeing Stanhope, number one, who I'm a huge fan of. I mean, going way back to Howard Stern days, you know what I mean? He was just like annihilated him.
Yeah.
And his wife.
I love Bingo.
Bingo. Yeah. So you opened for him, and girl, your closer was so fucking strong. Like, you have the closer that everybody dreams of, with that, like, just like laughing hysterical. Like, it's just boom, 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 boom. Like, everybody needs to close. Like, you fucking closed that set.
Wow. Thank you.
Oh my God. And of course, sold out show. And he was perfect. His crowd obviously fits you. You know what I mean? Because it's not that politically correct, it's not for the faint of heart.
No.
Right.
It's not for everybody. And I think this is a really, like, that's like, the thing is that that was something I learned even just at Helium. Like when people say like, "Oh, I'm going to see comedy," like what kind? Like there are so many different genres, and it's like I'm going to listen to music. Like, well, what kind? You know what I mean? Like it's really something that I feel like is just the more, like in Buffalo, I know like the more an area gets exposed to more comedy, the more educated they get about, how to watch comedy or how much comedy there is. And
absolutely. And yeah. And when I saw you, I was just like, holy shit. I'm sure you have a ton of different closers. Yours was the one with About the Fist was the one you closed.
Oh yeah, no, that's been holding steady for a while. So not every crowd gets it.
Right. Oh, girl.
It depends on the audience.
Exactly. So it's it's a tricky closer. I'm going to give you that. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, it's not for everybody.
No.
It's up my alley, of course. I mean, I honestly, I don't know if you do the same thing now that, with you doing comedy, but
who knows what we'll do next? Who the fuck?
I watch the crowd more just as much as I watch the comic, because I look to see whose reactions is getting what, because I am always like, what's hitting who? And and there's totally different styles and everybody. And man, I was just looking around and you fucking had that crowd. And I'm like, of course it's Stanhope. So, the dirtiest of dirty is gonna kill,
Right. Yeah. I mean, it is kind of a layup to that audience.
It is, definitely. But my first time seeing you, and that was it. I was like, she's fucking amazing.
Thank you. So I really love that you had to listen to people bitch about it, like say, "Oh, have you seen Chris Becker?" And then like
they were saying it as a compliment to you, though. It was totally.
I was going to say, you must be hilarious. You must be hilarious.
People were completely. It was all compliments to you, and everyone would say, "Have you ever seen her from Buffalo?" Da da da. And I was like, "No." And I'm like, "Oh my god, I can't. I got to see this woman now. Where is she?" And I looked, and you were in P-Town, and then you did come here for a few shows, and I believe I was in Florida while you were here, so I missed you.
Yep.
And I had a couple.
Well, that's all right. It was meant to be. Like honestly, you can't get a better chance to see anyone than like opening for Stanhope. You know what I mean?
And
like,
it sold out.
Yeah,
easily.
I mean, that's how I wanted you to see me the first time.
Oh, absolutely. But you know what? It didn't matter. I mean, you fucking crushed. So leaving that show, I was like, oh my god, you are so edgy. Now, I mean, I've only saw, you know what I mean? I haven't seen your hour set, and I'm sure for Stanhope, you probably pulled obviously your strongest, right?
I mean, it's tricky because like, yes, but also, all right. So this is a Stanhope thing between he and I is like, I have to take risks. If I don't, he gets really mad. Right. And so like, and it's tricky for me because I do have dabbled, like I did a lot of production and I did a lot of like, not just stage work. Like if all I would have ever done was perform, so to say, do I do all the stuff? I try not to with him because he hates that. Like he hates hearing the same shit every night on repeat.
He wants you to put, okay.
I have to work. You have to put yourself out there. Right.
Right.
But then you also have to, and that's a whole fucking self-confidence game in and of itself. Right. Like I'm there, but I'm there for like a week and like Olivia's there and like, we're both kind of doing this and, I'm stoked I'm there for the week, but also like, and I want all my jokes to kill. So I want to do like all the stuff.
All the shit is going to, annihilate for that crowd. Right. You're but also,
but also I can't be a punk ass bitch and like not try stuff. So I did try some stuff. I remember in Rochester that I wasn't doing everywhere.
Right.
And it worked. Some of it worked and some of it didn't. And that was okay too. Right. And it really like, part of the Stanhope thing and part of, I think all headliners is being in the moment and being as there as you can be. Right. And yeah, there are definitely jokes that I know are going to kill and I know exactly the cadence to hit them and all the punches on the mark and you're going to laugh now and now you're going to laugh now and boom, boom, boom. Look at that. I'm a fucking maestro. But also like fuck that. Like, part of it is the authenticity of being on the stage in that room. And, you know, so to answer that question, yeah, sometimes I know for sure what's going to hit, but Doug doesn't let you get away with that. Really. You got to have to,
right.
You have to push it a bit.
But right. But as far like I said, I've only been doing it 2 years, but from what I learned is you always open strong and close strong, right? And stick your new
100%.
shit in the middle, right?
100%.
Right.
Yeah. Well, you want them, you're going to get away with more if they like you. Like, you can't just be like, I don't fucking, like, I mean, I guess you can be like, I don't fucking care what the crowd thinks, you know, I'm me, blah, blah, blah. But if you go up and you're like, hey, I'm me and I'm a little, oh, you laughed at me? All right. Oh, here's this fucking thing you didn't want to hear, you know, like when they don't see it coming, you know?
Yeah.
That's just chemistry.
I really can't wait till I could get like some more material under my belt, which I have, you know, where I can read the room and switch up my stuff. But, you know, being so new, you know, it's tough. But there's only so much good stuff you have. Obviously, you know, I mean, you've been doing it for years, so you've got a pocket full. You know what I mean? You're just, yeah. But you were so freaking good. And okay, so here's one of my main questions. Then we're going to get into promoting all of your stuff.
Yeah, whatever. Talk about whatever.
Okay, cool. So here's where I'm at. I find that lesbians, especially the older ones,
hate penetration jokes.
It's well, there's that. I also feel like that closer of yours, that one that I saw, that particular joke,
yes,
do they all find it funny? Let's just, I mean,
no,
thank you.
No, they do not. No, I can 100% tell you they do not all find it funny. And it's interesting, the different levels of funny that they find it. Sometimes it depends, you know, like, is it the first show or is it the second show? How many drinks have they had? What has the crowd been like? You know, every single crowd is different.
All right. Cause I mean, it's a pretty hardcore
listen, that
joke.
plays better to a Stanhope room than a Women's Week room.
Okay.
Unless there's, you know, unless there's a group of 20 friends who have been together, you know, on vacation for 10 years and then they're all high-fiving and like, you know, it, but no, it's not for everyone. That is for sure.
Okay.
And it is definitely something that, you know, I always say, how many jokes have you heard about someone's dick and balls? Like we were conditioned to accept dick and ball joke, and yeah, we'll be grossed out about it. But I'm always like, ladies, come on, like this is just part of the body. Like, what are you worried about? We can
yeah.
It's not offensive. It's not. You know what I mean?
Just,
like, it's not. If anyone should be offended, it's my ex-fiance, because it's just like it's a joke about her, and she used to be in the room, and people would be like, "Are you okay?" You know, like it was like, no, yeah. I exaggerate.
Right. That's another like I do a lot of jokes about my stupid kids, the stupid millennials. Like it's too easy. I mean, I have two very stupid daughters, so my jokes about them, they're a gift, Kristen, that just keeps giving. Okay. And
I really think I missed out on not having kids with that. The jokes.
Oh, the jokes, especially right. Yeah. But I noticed that some people are like, oh my God, she's, you know, they must be really stupid. Like, I'm exaggerating. They're not that, they're stupid, but they have functioning jobs. They're not that stupid,
right?
You know?
Right.
But yeah, I mean, if there's, obviously you have to exaggerate, and you have to, you know, we tell story jokes, and of course we add some things in there and exaggerate stuff that's not exactly true, you know, but you have to, for comedy, you have to add different punches in and things, you know, but
100%.
I love that, doing like, you know, comedy that's personal to us, you know, personal stories and things like that. I'm trying to write more that way, because if I do a bunch of jokes about my Apple Watch and, you know, it's always talking shit to me and you can overlap with other people's jokes, which was something I was talking about a couple of weeks ago on the podcast, is, you know, people think like you're a joke thief, but there's only so many jokes you can do about an Apple Watch. Whichever way you spin them, people are going to cross over with their material. It doesn't have to be word for word, but the same concept.
So and that's like, you know, what you said, your point of view, because we we all live similar experiences where like no one has lived your life.
Right.